Namaskar from Menka Sharma to all of you. Dear students, today's topic of discussion is urine analysis part 1 from the subject clinical pathology and diagnostic techniques. The learning objectives of this lecture is to know about collection and preservation of urine, to understand the results from physical examination of urine. My dear students, as you know that kidney play important role in filtration and reabsorption of necessary substances. The urine analysis is a valuable tool for demonstrating pathological condition and is index for general metabolic condition of body. It provides mainly diagnostic and prognostic information on conditions like the kidney diseases, liver diseases, metabolic disorders, urinary tract infection, parasitic infestation, in addition to pregnancy and endocrine disorders. It means we can analyze or diagnose problems in all these diseases by urine analysis. Now question comes, why urine analysis is preferred? Because there is simplicity in obtaining the specimen as well as the cost of test is low. That's why it is a popular laboratory investigation tool. We'll talk about types of urine specimen which are used for urine analysis. There are three types of specimen. The first one is random specimen, the second is 24-hour specimen, and third is early morning specimen. Methods of collection. Early morning specimen. The early morning specimen is generally the most concentrated specimen and it is most preferred specimen. How it is collected? The clean early morning fasting specimen is collected in a wide mouth, clean and dry container. Now comes random specimen. What is random specimen? The specimen which is collected in any time of the day and there is no priority of time or diet, then it is known as random specimen. It is obtained after cleaning the external genitalia with mild soap and water. Urine specimen from catheter can also be used if there are necessary conditions. Urine collection bags are used if our patient is infant or the patient is elderly patient. 24-hour urine specimen is collected within the duration of 24 hours. The 24-hour urine specimen is collected by collecting urine in a special container, and the capacity of this container is from 2.5 liter to 5 liter with added preservatives. When we collect, there is a preference from morning 8 am to next day 8 am over a period of 24-hour urine specimen is preferred. Why do we collect 24-hour urine specimen? Because there are certain conditions, certain problems where we require the 24-hour urine specimen, and these are when we have to diagnose the kidney problems, or we have to perform clearance test, or we have to measure the protein, hormone, mineral and other chemical compounds. The preservatives are added to prevent changes in the urine. Toluene, formaldehyde, chloroform, boric acid, hydrochloric acid can be used as preservatives. We have discussed methods of collection of urine specimen. One has to be very cautious while collecting the urine specimen because they can prove to be potential biohazards. Now we will discuss physical examination of urine. The physical examination of urine is first part of urine analysis, and it covers criteria like color, transparency, specific gravity, volume, odor and pH. We will be discussing color first. The normal color of urine is straw color, which is due to the presence of urochrome in the urine, and if the color of urine is deep yellow, then it indicates that there is mild to severe dehydration or jaundice or the patient is on B complex therapy. The red to brown color urine indicates hematuria, hemoglobinuria, myoglobinuria or porphyria. Brown to black color urine indicates alkaptonuria, methemoglobinuria. And if the color of urine is milky, that can be due to presence of lymph, and the condition is called as chyluria. The next parameter is transparency. Normal urine is clear and transparent in appearance, but if it is turbid, then that can be due to exposure for long time, or due to action of bacteria on urine, or due to presence of elements like protein, pus cells, blood and bacteria. Now we will talk about specific gravity. The specific gravity, it implies the capacity of kidney to concentrate urine. The normal specific gravity of urine ranges from 1.010 to 1.025, and if it is less than 1.025, then it indicates severe dehydration or diabetes mellitus, or it can indicate the patient is suffering from adrenal insufficiency. If specific gravity is less than 1.010, then it indicates that there is increased water output in condition like diabetes insipidus. The specific gravity of urine is measured by urinometer. Now we will talk about the volume of urine specimen. The normal urine specimen volume is between 1000 ml to 1500 ml per day. But if the quantity is greater than 3 liter per day, it indicates the patient is suffering from polyuria, which can be in conditions like diabetes mellitus, diabetes insipidus, or when the patient is recovering from acute renal failure diseases. If the normal volume is greater than 500 ml per day, the condition is known as oligouria and is mostly seen in acute renal failure states, or if the patient is suffering from vomiting, fever or burns. Anuria is the suppression of urine output, generally less than 50 ml per hour, and the condition anuria also denotes that there is a lesser amount of urine is excreted per day. Next comes the pH of urine. The normal urine is acidic and it is approximately 6. Depending on the person's acid base status, the pH of urine may range from 4.5 to 8. A urine pH 8.5 or more, it can be found when patient is on heavy meal or there is a urinary tract obstruction or chronic renal failure. A pH of 4.5 or less may be seen after heavy exercises, or it indicates the conditions like metabolic acidosis, chronic respiratory acidosis and uncontrolled diabetes. The next parameter we will talk about is odor. The odor of fresh urine is slightly aromatic. A fruity odor is felt if the patient is suffering from severe diabetes due to presence of ketone bodies. A putrid or foul smell may be felt when the patient is suffering from urinary tract infection. Dear student, with this I end up my urine analysis lecture part 1. We will be concluding the whole lecture in part 2, which will cover the chemical examination as well as microscopic examination of urine. Till then, goodbye and take care.